Dear friends, thank you for being here today. And so my name is Baris, and as presented, I'm the co-director of the Media and Law Studies Association in Turkey. And today I'm here with you with my associate Veysel Ok, who is also among us. And we're here to remember Daphne and also seek justice for her and support your fight. And as I said, we travel from Turkey, a land where state-sanctioned murders of journalists has been too common, has been a dark reality for a long time. Yet our experience has shown that ending impunity for killers of our truth seekers, our most brilliant minds, our journalists, can actually be possible through solidarity and standing together. And we can get justice for Daphne as long as we stand together. So here I want to say, that let it be known to everyone, to Joseph Muscat or whoever else who wants to cover this investigation, at every step of the way, we will be seeking justice for Daphne in the period ahead, and we will not rest until there's justice. As I said, we come from a country where harassment of journalists, including these unsolved murders, are very common. And we're struggling to protect a lot of journalists who are in prison currently. We defend 10 people who are in prison for basically doing their jobs. But we're also appalled by this heinous murder taking place in the European Union. And like I said, we think that we can get results by standing together. But tonight, what I really want to do is I actually want all of you to meet somebody that I think who will contribute to our seeking justice for Daphne by inspiring us and by giving us strength. In 1993, a prominent investigative journalist in Turkey was killed. His name was Mumcu. He was killed in a car bomb by a faceless, nameless coward. And today, we really do not know who orchestrated his killing. And allow me to introduce his daughter, who is with us today, Ozge Mumcu, who will inspire and give us strength.
Dear friends of Daphne, as we say in Turkey, we are saying dear friends of Mumcu. And it's the same that I'm having this feeling that you are having that kind of vein in your heart, that you are seeking justice to Daphne. And I really wanted to meet her, but I know the story from the news. And I felt the same as I felt the same feeling when I was 11 years old. In front of our house, my father was assassinated. And I have a brother and a mother, and we are still together seeking for justice. And I'm coming from Turkey, as Baris mentioned. We are not an EU member state, but the impunity, as far as I see, still remains the same. So when I met with Galicia family, Carione Galicia family, I feel the same that I was feeling with the other members of my big family, with my friends from Turkey who lost their families in brutal assassinations. So they are like a family to me in a weird kind of way, but I wanna tell you a story like this. The ideas. My father was a very good investigative journalist, and we know that journalism is a kind of business that can cost his life. He was afraid of his life, for sure, but he was afraid of our safety, his children's safety. And when he's entering the car, he was looking around, and he was the first to start the car. So he was died like that, and I was in the home, my brother was away, and my mother saw all this. And we built up our family as a good family because how can I say, if you are passing from this kind of pain, this kind of injustice in your life, you are eager to survive for all your whole lifetime for the justice for your family and for others' family. I will read later on. The ideas that cost my father his life became our main reference point. We had established a foundation and we are given investigative journalism education to young people because killing someone is not a last point. Daphne will survive. The politicians will go, but Daphne will survive. I know that. My father used to say, we are a forgetful nation. We forget everything that happens. We forget about the mothers and fathers whose daughters and sons were murdered. We leave them alone with their bloody tears. In order not to forget, and in order to ensure that others also remember the victims, it is of primary importance to stand in solidarity with the victims and their families. Many families in similar situations have come together, leaving aside differences of opinions, difference of their political views. And of us, whose loved ones were victims of unsolved murders, have embraced our pain whilst dealing with our own legal proceedings. Daphne Caruana Galizia was 53 and when she was murdered, and my father was 51, and they were assassinated like as the same. She is survived by her husband here and her beloved family here also. 19 months has passed since her murder, and the Maltese government, just like Turkey did for my father, swore on their honor to bring the case to light. Yet no one is on trial except for 3 hitmen. In Turkey, my father, yes, the prosecution has started 6 years later after my father's assassination. And we don't have hitmen. We don't know who gave the order still. So there's still impunity after 26 years. Can you imagine? So, murders of journalists are foremost societal traumas. The public's right to information is suddenly taken away, and these murders impose fear over society by telling everyone that this is the end for those who seek the truth, but it's not. Journalists who seek out the truth are courageous and they are able to see one step further than the society. This is so because a good journalist is a person who has put the information gathered to good use and is able to speak to all segments of the society. The murder of Daphne Caruana Galizia reveals the value of real newsmaking today, even though many seem indifferent to it. Knowledge is still very valuable, and the publication of knowledge is a sign that regional powers are still afraid of this influence. And we should also remember what courage means. In Daphne's words, I promise to continue providing you with oasis of sanity you want and need, as long as I am able to do so. And remember always that more and more people who are in the wrong do not become right by sheer force of numbers. I am ending my words with those of my father, which seems like a poem to me, where he was right in 1955. I didn't born in that age, in that year. So, those who killed us, hanged us, shot us in the middle of streets were the age of our big brothers and our fathers. Either they lubricated the wheels of the system by participating in these dirty businesses, or they stayed silent to all the things going on. We were killed under the very eyes of the people who could not spill off their hatred against anyone. In the name of law, in the name of democracy, in the name of Western civilization, they strung us at a dawn. We died fearlessly, my people. Don't forget us. One day, roses will flourish on our graves of people. Don't forget us. One day, our voices will echo in your ears, my people. Don't forget us. Now, we are like a bouquet of flowers dedicated to freedom. We are always together, my people. Don't forget us. Don't forget us. So, I like to end my verse. From Turkey, we are saying we are seeking justice for Daphne, and we are seeking for justice every journalist in the world that passed away like this victim, this crimes. Thank you. Thank you for being here.